Hey, Alfalfa, what's wrong?
I'm through with women forever.
Hey, Spanky, what are we waiting here for anyway?
The furniture guy said they'd give us a nickel each to help them clean out their garage.
Really? That's swell.
And how?
Hey, Stymie, what's wrong?
I'm not quite comfortable with this portrayal.
We're on television.
Oh, hi, I'm Joe Loario.
And I'm Ed Feldman. You know, we've got a lot of friends, and we like to have them on our TV show, and we go way back.
Way back.
This is Joel Spivak.
How you doing, guys?
Pretty good.
Nice to see you.
You ever wonder where we get our furniture? Well, we get them from stores, but a lot of people get them from the street.
The trash.
Right.
And Joel has mastered the art of dumpster diving, or diving for trash in dumpsters.
And we're going to see some of the things he's found and some of the things he's created from the things he's found. What do you got on this table, Mike?
You found all this stuff, little bits and pieces?
Yeah, everywhere. It's always everywhere. These are my favorites. These are these old mail slots. You find these a lot, but people don't use them anymore because they get bigger mail, you know?
Right.
Spiegel catalog doesn't fit in there.
Never fit in there.
A great idea was to use these vertically like this for the slide pulls on
Pocket door.
pocket doors or sliding closet doors. They're really nice, very nice. It's a shame to throw them out.
Then you're left over with this little flap that says letters, so
Yeah.
you can put that on a chain, wear it around the neck.
So I saved my Nehru, so I relive the past, too. Hey, baby.
Peace, love, and togetherness,
Look at the hair, baby. I'm still waiting for the revolution.
Yeah, this is some old key fobs. Usually you see these, they got about 30 layers of paint on them, so people don't really realize that there's
This is really
$100
unique
piece of
because
hardware.
show them how it works.
Look.
Yeah, look, see, it actually hides the keyhole.
Hides the keyhole.
Good for a brooch.
Right.
Yeah, it could be that, or it could be
Look,
some
right
piece
over
of,
here. Put your finger in there.
There
Get
you
a
go.
thrill.
There you go.
ornamentation.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
you just have to strip them.
Speaking of stripping, here we go. This is a nice old hinge.
Yeah, it's soaking in some stripper. That'll be as beautiful as any of this hardware.
It's heavy, too. You said the guy was using
Yeah, he
replacement.
threw them out and he bought new junky hinges. I don't know what he...
And these hinges, you couldn't buy a hinge like this today, so you got some
Nah,
stuff
they'd
on
be
there.
$100 a pair.
You'll be able to wash
Solid
this
brass.
down.
Silly person did that. You know, not all this stuff is used in regular hardware applications. Sometimes Joel
No,
creates.
it's just whatever I decide to make out of it.
Right. What is this
This is,
big door?
One side of a garage door. You know, they have the big double doors.
Sure.
And I found some nice old balustrades that were tearing down a Victorian building. I put mirrors where the glass would normally go.
Right.
And this is a part of a
pediment
cabinet
from
that
a
was
top.
thrown out. A couple little finials, and then I made these pieces of 3/4-inch plywood. I
Great.
just cut them
So
out.
now it's a mantelpiece
So
plus.
This is my little mantelpiece here.
Let's go over
Great.
and take a look at some of
Go
this
down
other
here.
stuff.
Now this I like. It's a half a door.
Right, the upper half of a door. I took the glass out, put the mirrors in, some other wood trim I found, cut the shelves out to match the bottom of a door.
You made a little relief. And this door is like a typical, of what they call a South Philadelphia door. Ed and I grew up in South Philadelphia. And all the row houses used to be
Yeah.
lined with these doors.
You find these outside all the time.
And usually had the bevel glass with
You'll
the...
find them in Queens, too.
Oh, sure. The starburst in here that's cut
Right.
glass.
Covered up with the ugliest storm door imaginable.
That's later. That's in the 60s. Let's get out of here. I'm itchy to go into a dumpster now and do some diving.
Well, let
See
me
you,
know if you
Joel.
find anything
Thanks a
good.
lot. Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's go out.
Hey, we
It
can't
get
get
out.
There's
There's a camera in front
Wait
of the
a
door.
minute.
watch out for my cartouche, will you?
What a relief. You know, when I'm spend a lot of time in the cold, and I find something like this, first thing I want to do is strip it.
Who thought it would take us this long to find this stuff?
Who thought, indeed.
Thank goodness we tape all year round.
Look, my cartouche came off. Look, Sammy Davis Jr.,
So
man.
painful.
Peace, love, and togetherness. I mean that. It's called a cartouche.
Look at this thing. It's got vinyl, naugahyde, something on the front. What am I going to take this off with?
I don't know.
I don't know.
How about vinyl off?
Hey, look. Boy, am I lucky.
Do you have any vinyl off?
Vinyl off?
V off, it's called.
Vinyl be gone?
No.
No, I think I'll start on this drawer.
Oh,
Somebody started this project already and gave up.
And somebody gave me some tea here. Oh, that's good. It's not the remover.
Well, the first thing I got to do, and look, here's a really good aspect of this. It's got hooks on the side, so on each drawer, so it can lock up, or it can be more like a desk or something.
Oh, I still have
Very
my hat
strange.
on. It's funny.
I like that you wear the schmata under the hat.
Under the hat, yeah, well,
All
it's
right,
extra warm.
Let's start peeling this off. Not very hard to do, but painstaking.
And I'm going to be doing this with the stripper, the lovely citrus strip, orange stripper. Let's pour a little bit of that in there. And put on the gloves that match. This has got an old paint on. I did a test on this. It scratched a little bit of the surface.
I think maybe I'll take this.
And it's got a white paint, but underneath there's an old varnish. So anytime you have an old varnish that has a paint over it.
Hey, look.
Look.
When I turn this, it takes the whole thing off. Isn't that convenient?
Fabulous.
And it's actually got padding underneath.
Like I was saying, oh, there's a little spider here. Mr. Spider, get away from there.
Oh, God.
You never.
Nah, you know, this stripper
Look,
is
there
so
he is. See him?
not harmful. Goodbye.
Always make the spider go away. Goodbye. I wouldn't put stripper on you. He's a nice little buggy.
Do you have cable?
Get a shot at that little spider there.
Are you part of our demographics?
You ever watch our show?
Anyway, he'll keep stripping this, and I'll keep stripping this, and when you see us again, something else, the spider will have grown from inhaling fumes. It'll be eating us.
Yeah, remember Tarantula?
My agent on the phone. This is a lot like work. I have to scrape all the adhesive off the top of this drawer front. That's what was used to attach that ridiculous naugahyde, and I've been using a paint scraper. Thank goodness for Benjamin Franklin. So that will take all the adhesive off, and I also want to do the front just a little bit. That's with 80 grit, and of course, wear your dust mask if you do not have your own television show. Next, we're going to move to the next step, a three-step process, my friends, a three-step process. We're going to use some paint thinner to clean down this drawer front that has already been sanded with aforementioned scraper and orbital. Just clean that down because we're preparing it for, what are we going to do? It's ugly wood. Do you want to stain it? You do not. You want to paint it. So that's all I do for that. And then I go, step 3, I must prime. You must all prime. White primer in a lovely little wonton soup container. Dip in the throwaway brush. And this is how Eddie Feldman earns his job. And by the way, I'm not the Eddie Feldman that writes for Dennis Miller. I'm the artist formerly known as Eddie Feldman. And you know that Eddie Feldman? I met him. You know what he wrote? He wrote this part for Dennis Miller. He's really, okay. So I'm just going to prime because the next exciting, very much more artistic part needs to have a clean white surface, a tabula rasa, the clean slate, Cartesian, never mind.
We're getting ready to strip now. You can see all of the remover has done its job. It's all wrinkled and looks like a lasagna. Look. So yeah, I put the remover on. Now all you have to do is scrape it. And that's as easy as it gets. I'm telling you. This has been sitting in here for, oh, I don't know. And look, it's even got the highlights on, which was a very East Lake look. You see how all the highlights, this is darker, and it's got some gold on it. Look at that. The idea is to get all the the bubbled paint off, like this here. See that? Not difficult at all. It's even magical. This has been sitting on here for about half an hour. So I got the chips on here rubbing off the paint. You saw how the paint was peeling off. You put the planer chips on, and if I lift this frame up a little bit, those chips, look. Right in here, you may need a scraper just to get out in the corners. There we are. There we are. Now, once you get all the chips off, you want to take some wash, some steel wool. Look at that, eh? There we are. There we are. This is lacquer thinner, and I took the mask off even though I'm using lacquer thinner because I can't have it, I can't put it on with the gloves. It'll mess my hair up. Look, the dental pick will take this white stuff right out of the carving. See that? Once you get all that done, there's no time to show you that here, though. Whoever heard of that on a how-to show? Here we go. Scrub it down with wet solvent, fresh wet solvent. Get some chips. Look at this. Don't use pretzels. Use chips. Here we go. Scrub it down. This dries it off. Get the gong brush, and you rub it clean. Look at that. Look how clean and pretty that is. All in a matter of 25 seconds.
Drawers are gone. We burned them. And now here we have the carcass of our 60s, 70s ugly dresser that we found in the trash. Come on, Joe.
I'm coming. I got to get all that stuff off. It's dusty.
Very high comedy. Molière wrote that line in The Human Comedy.
I thought that was the Jerry Louis.
Both French. This side I must sand in order to prepare for priming. Oh, yes,
And the
indeed.
top, I'm going to do the old sand, the existing finish, utilizing the existing finish to spray a new coat on it. All you got to do is clean it down and sand it. Now, it's true, there are some nice gouges in here, but you can decrease the depth of those by sanding the top coat.
Now I've sanded this side with 220. And remember, folding thrice your sandpaper always.
I'm using a 220.
Now I'm cleaning
and
down
dry.
with paint thinner.
Notice the hand right here. It must stay right there for balance.
Just as long as my hand doesn't have to be there. Now over on this side, I've already sanded and cleaned and tack ragged.
So now you're going to get ready to prime.
With a white primer.
Be quick.
Quick prime. Some people call it kills. Burl calls it kills.
Kills.
Say kill.
Say kill. Kills.
And I'm using a roller, very easy, across the top. Get it across the top like that with the edge of the roller.
I love it
and
across the top.
And down.
That looks beautiful.
I think we should just leave it like this, end the show early and have a drink.
Let that dry, and then we'll sand it down and we'll be able to put a top coat of paint on it.
Hey, Joe. Hungry?
Thanks. That was good.
Now to paint the sides.
Mix up the paint. I use some of this green. I use the white as a base, some green, and some black Japan color. That's the color. It's
And
pretty.
Back into
that's
the
enough.
paint tray.
Yeah, put it over here.
Once more into the paint tray, dear friends. And with a fresh roller.
And a mohair roller.
I won't say it.
Hey, I'm going to go stain that frame.
Stain that
So I'm
frame.
going to get out of here. Bye. That looks pretty.
This slate color will be a nice background for the drawers.
Oh, Miss Crabtree, there's something heavy on my heart. I'm going to stain here now, all right? I mixed up a stain, a previous stain. This is the special walnut, the burnt sienna, and French yellow ochre, I believe it was, the Joe stain. We're going to apply this on here. This is a beautiful stain for old walnut because it adds a new depth of color to the wood that has already got a beautiful color to it from the bygone era. It picks up a nice orange color, walnut. It deepens as it ages. Kind of like my aunt.
I knew you.
Kind of like my Aunt Mickey. She's spent a lot of time on the beach. She's got that color like George Hamilton. She's so wrinkled around the forehead she could screw on her hat. Telling you. I love you, Aunt Mickey. And then you wipe this off. Obviously, I can't do all of it for you, so I'll wipe a little bit off and show you. See that? Ooh. Doesn't that look pretty? Could you imagine somebody put white paint all over this beautiful thing?
The primer is dry and now ready for our fanciful top coating finish, which is something called Flex Stone Craft, something like this, who they're not paying me any money, so I'm not really going to tell you what it is. Suffice it to say that it comes out like a little pebble. It makes it granite. You have to shake it up. It's ugly, frankly, in to my way of thinking, but this thing wasn't too attractive to begin with. Let's go. We prime first, and then we hold this 6 to 10 inches away, and of course we've masked off all the sides. Now, if I leave it that way, there's some white left. If I don't want to leave it that way, I go over it some more and some more. If you hold it too close, that's wrong, because the force of the coming out will just blow all the flex stony type thing away, and then you'll have the actual wood showing through. That's good enough, or ugly enough, as you prefer. Now I'll do this because I have more time. Remember, when using a spray, start your spray button out here and then let it come in. Don't start pushing your buttons when you're right over what you want to push your buttons on. You can interpret that any way you want, Mr. Buchanan. The top coat. You have to let this dry 4 to 6 hours, and we have, sure we have. And then you get step 2, and you top coat it. That'll seal it, and when you rub against it, the little tiny flecks won't come off, fill up your pockets, and you'll say, when was I in an avalanche?
I love the highlight. I love the highlight. I'm highlighting this thing a bit.
Oh. I'm highlighting again. People love when I highlight. Here we go. Some people like this when I'm not on. Here we go. Look. A lot of these mirrors of this time, these Victorian mirrors, they were highlighted like this. After we stained, I put a shellac on, a coat of orange shellac, which enables me, if I go over, to wipe it right off. It's like a sealer coat. And you can see the motif I've carried along here, and I'm coming down, and I'll do this. Somebody said, well, how do you know what to highlight? Well, it's pretty much you go by feel. Whatever seems right to you, that's what you do. I have no set pattern for this. I just do it. I think it looks nice. Now, we'll come in. Let's do this cove here. Yeah? Do this cove here. Right here. And in order to do this, you should use a good brush. This is an artist brush, got at the art supply store, the 1/2 inch. And then you can come down here, and I would do this little applique. And of course, this will all be done when you come back. And I guarantee it's going to be a drastic difference from that ugly white paint that some schlemiel put on here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't like that gray paint. It was ugly, so I'm going to paint on a nice green paint like this here. Okay, let's get to it. It's a tribute to my friend Harry. See, now I painted all the things in the corners here, so we'll just rub with the roller here.
That's ugly, too.
But it'll be more harmonious, I think, with the
other ugly colors.
other ugly stuff. But at least it's not too stark a contrast. This green was just the gray was just a little too
gray
and too bright. So,
While what is Ed doing?
I don't know. What are you doing, Ed?
Oh, there's a prompt. We're going to color. We're going to color the hardware here. These are the drop handles on the front of the drawers. Now, see, it has a little knob here, and I want to get the front and the back. But when I turn this over to the back, I don't want to spray in here because that's where the screw goes to attach it, and I don't want to gum that up with paint. So when I turn this over here. Oh, so ingenious. And they're telling me it's time to spray, so I'll spray.
What'd you do last night, Ed?
Me? I went to see that new play with Melba Moore and Ted Isaac of Love Boat Lang. It's called But Mama, I Really Want to Refinish. I'm doing a spit coat on it, a big mirror. No applause, please, save it for the end. And my partner, Shagundala. Oh, my goodness, look at that. Look what I've done.
Thank you so much. Oh, that wasn't planned, was it?
Look what I've done. We always like to paint each other once a season.
Oh, it's great.
Because it's a surefire hit with a big laugh. Ha, ha, ha.
I'm doing a lacquer. I'm recoating the top with a lacquer, a brand new lacquer.
And that should pretty much fill in all those giant, ugly scratches, right? Well, not really.
I don't know what it's doing. It's showing them up more. This is new to me.
And what am I doing
We
with
should have
these?
just stripped the top. This looks horrible.
Yeah, I know. You want some shellac there, Mo?
Well, it is the trash show, isn't it?
Well, we took some trash and we made it slightly less trashy after all.
Yeah, it still looks nice. What the heck? So this isn't our best show. What do you want from us?
Why do you hound us so? Well, that's it. Another trash to treasure show. This trash turned into a treasure.
It's a nice, I believe somebody had white paint on this. Came into a nice treasure.
Eastlake, Victorian, nice wood. Here's the before.
And the after.
Much better.
See that there?
And this is trash into really garish trash, I think. I knew we shouldn't have used that thalidomide stain.
It doesn't look that bad
you think?
now. On TV, it might look a little better. In
Yeah.
person, it's very pukish.
Oof. We did the flex stone on the front, and look, Joe said, this is too ugly, I'm going to fix it up. He made the front of the pulls little white.
I think it makes it look like little eyes.
Re-lacquered the top, green on the carcass. Here's the before.
What would have made it
Why-
nicer would have been gray flex though. Here's the after. Look at that.
Yeah,
See that?
Yeah, well, jury's
Okay.
out.
As a matter
Who
of-
am I?
It may be the ugliest thing since a rice table. I'm Joe Lorario.
And I'm Chief Justice Thurgood Marshall.
Be nice to your furniture. Okay.
Coming up next, Bob Vila's home again. Join Mr. Fix-It himself for 2 back-to-back shows, adding contemporary convenience to antique homes, maintaining the class and charm. Stay with us here on TLC.